Hi, sweet friends. It's Ashley Clarke with Earthkeeper Yoga, and I'm here in Birmingham, Alabama, in my studio, and I welcome you to a gentle yoga practice. For today's class, I invite you to have a couple of blocks, as well as your trusty blanket, beach towel, or if neither of those things are available to you, you can always use a somewhat firm pillow off of your couch or out of a chair. So before we begin today, just a reminder that if you are interested in learning more about me or my offerings, you can go to earthkeeperyoga.com. You can also subscribe to my email list there, and I will send you updates as they become available. You can also follow along with me on social media, both on Facebook and Instagram, and that's also Earthkeeper Yoga. One final note before we begin, I will be teaching a live chair class called Open Your Heart for the UAB EACC on February 10th at noon. You can find out more information and register by going to the Employee Assistance and Counseling Center's website, and you'll find all of the information that you need there. All right, friends, grab what you need, and I'll meet you right here on the mat. So go ahead and find your comfortable seat. You can close your eyes or have a soft gaze towards the floor. Let those hands rest in the lap. And go ahead and just note everything that's going on around you as you settle into this space that we will create together. Start to notice the rise and the fall of your belly and your chest as you take inhale and then exhale each breath out. Beginning to turn that awareness inward. And even though we have this link through the spine, see if there are places within your physical body that you can soften just a bit. And spend about 3 more breaths right here. And if you haven't really let that breath deepen yet, spend these last 2 breaths really letting that inhale take up some space within. And feel it all go as you exhale. And last one. As you're ready, you can start to flutter your eyes back open. So we're going to be working the posterior chain today, and we're going to be freeing some of our joints. So the first thing we're going to do is add in a cold stretch. So just let those legs extend long in front of you. And keep that link through the spine, and then especially awareness to the tailbone, letting it press down into the mat before you reach through the crown of the head. That right there is going to wake up the quads. Bring those hands on either side of your hips. Let's take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up. And then very gently, very softly, start to lean forward, chest towards the legs. Use the hands coming down in front of you to come to the earth. And breathe in here, just noticing the tension not going past your edge. Breathe in and out. Note how you're feeling in your physical body right here. One more breath. Beautiful. Start to walk those hands back up. And you can cross those legs or leave them extended. I'm going to turn to the side just so you get a view of what I'm doing here. So this first thing I've endearingly named turtle. So let the hands come to the lap. Press that tailbone in, ripple through the spine. And we're going to start to move our head forward on an exhale. So we'll inhale and center. We're going to move our head forward just like if we looked like a turtle. So take your inhale and then exhale, move the chin forward. You're going to start to feel a stretch through the shoulders and the back. Inhale back to center and exhale forward. Try to keep long breaths. Inhale back. Exhale forward. One more. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back to center. And then you're going to bring the chin in towards the chest. Start to feel a stretch right there above the sternum, above the collarbones as you bring the back of your head back. That's your exhale. Inhale back forward. Inhale. And then exhale, move forward like the turtle. Inhale back to center. And then send the back of the head back. So move with your breath. Do this 3 more times. Inhale's always in the center. And as you move through, notice these stretches in places that we don't normally get in such a determined way, I guess you could say. Focused. You've got 1 more round. Coming back to stillness in the center. Beautiful. So move from here. Go ahead and find your table. And we're going to see how this changes our cat-cow now that we've gotten a little bit more into the neck. So find your stability here. Reach through the length of your spine. Let's take our inhale, reach crown and tailbone up. Finding the edge as you exhale, bringing it in. Moving through 4 more times with your breath. And let each round deepen the posture just a little bit more. Coming back to that neutral spine. All right, come down to your forearms. And then what you're going to do is walk your knees back just a little bit, not tons. I just walked them back like maybe like an inch or 2 on either side, and then curl your toes. Take an inhale and slowly start to press your toes into the mat. Lift those knees off of the mat. Hold it here, 2 breaths. And 1 more. Lower the knees, press the hands into the mat, and slowly let yourself come into a child's pose. Shoulders roll down towards the mat. Take 2 nice big deep breaths. Inhale, starting to rise back up into your table. Go ahead and curl your toes and lift your hips. Find your down dog. So keeping breath and movement connected here, but let the head hang heavy. Give yourself 2 more breaths. All right, we're going to walk feet and hands towards one another. Let's meet in the middle of the mat in a forward fold. Big bend in those knees, head hangs heavy. Take your inhale here. And exhale, let it go. We'll take an inhale halfway, find the long spine. And exhale, releasing back down towards your mat. Inhale here. And exhale, slow rise. We're going to let those hands stay next to the hips, so you're just coming into mountain. You're going to have a soft gaze or close the eyes. Center right here, 2 breaths. Beautiful. Take an inhale, reach the arms up over the head. And you're going to put your fingers together where they're all touching, but it's almost like you could hold like a grapefruit or an orange in the middle of them. That's above your head. Soften those knees. Take an inhale. And then exhale, let those hands come in front of you, just holding it there. So start to send the fingertips away from you. We're just getting a great stretch just right at the outside edges of the top of your shoulders. Hold it here. Inhale. And then exhale, palms come together, send them up over the head. Maybe there's a little bit of a back bend here. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. You can add in a little side-to-side sway here. Head hangs heavy. Just feeling in a little bit deeper to the back of the legs. And last breath. All right, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale here. Exhale, slow rise. Coming into your mountain, finding 1 breath. All right. So spread your feet just a little bit wider. They're not coming to the outside edges of your mat, but they're a little bit more in line with your hips. And this is going to be a little bouncy, so you can go ahead and just feel how that feels to have a little bend in the knee and feel a little bouncy through the low body. So this is super easy. It's almost like if we were skipping in place. So we're going to inhale, send an arm forward and then back. Keep it connected to breath, so don't go faster than your breath. Inhaling, exhaling. You might feel a little popping in the knees. That's fine. Stay connected to the breath. Try not to lock those knees when you stand. We've got 2 more rounds. And as you finish on that last side, come back to center. And we're going to do those coat hanger arms. So just starting to sway side to side. Releasing anything that just built up in that back body. Let yourself have those deep inhales and exhales. We'll give it 1 more round. And coming to settle back into the center. All right, hands come down next to the hips. We're going to do that rise up and find that grapefruit again. So here we go. Inhale, arms rise. Fingertips come to touch, holding that grapefruit in the center. Exhale, send them forward. And then reach the fingertips away, finding that stretch through the back body. Bring the palms together. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Walk hands forward, feet back, finding your down dog. And send some awareness to the back of your legs. Just see how they're feeling here. One more breath. All right. Bend those knees, press into the balls of the feet. We're rippling into our plank. And then exhaling all the way down to the mat with control. Let the tops of the feet come to the mat. Take an inhale, lift through the crown of the head. Breath in the belly. Exhale, lower back down. And do that 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Last one. Beautiful. So you're going to bring the elbows under the shoulders. See if you can release through the low body. Let's ripple up 3 times into Sphinx. So inhale, lift the crown. And exhale, let the chin come back down towards the chest. Nice big stretch back of the neck. 2 more. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, bring it in. All right. Come back into Sphinx, but it doesn't have to be so, really reaching the crown up. It's just the position that you need to take. Curl your toes. You're going to keep your knees on the mat, but you're going to lift the hips. So take an inhale, and then exhale, lift the hips, press the shoulder or the elbows into your mat, and start to breathe. Give it 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Hold the hips up. Let the tops of the feet come to the mat. Start to send the hips up. Use your elbows and forearms to walk yourself back. Find a child's pose. Letting everything release. It may even feel good to shimmy the hips side to side here. You've got 2 more breaths. Take an inhale, moving through table, curling toes, lifting hips, down dog. And give it 1 more breath. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Let's meet there in a forward fold. Take your inhale halfway, finding your long spine. And then exhale to release back down towards your mat. Inhale here. Exhale, rising into your mountain. Just taking a moment here to center the body and center the breath. Rise up through the arms with the gaze on the inhale. And then exhale, bring those palms down in front of your heart. Send the gaze forward. You're going to move awareness over to that left side of your body. Take an inhale, lift this right knee, and then step the right foot back. So we're setting up for Warrior One, but I'm going to invite you, instead of having that back foot out to the right just a little bit, see if you can keep all the toes facing towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze, and then find those grapefruit fingers, and then send them forward, right in front of you. So right now you should be feeling a really great stretch through the calf muscle. Take an inhale. Start to bend into that left knee. Send the fingertips forward, deepening that line of the stretch all the way up through that right leg. If it's too much, just come onto the ball of the right foot. Otherwise, press the right heel back. So sending those fingertips away, getting that stretch through the upper body. Bringing your hands together in prayer, coming back to your heart, and then bouncing on the ball of that right foot back to the top of the mat. Give yourself an inhale here. And exhale, let it go. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, and then exhale over to that right foot. Fresh breath, lifting that left knee, stepping the left leg back. Toes are all pointing towards the top of the mat. So take a minute just to feel into the low body. There's even a stretch up to that left hip. Inhale, lift arms and gaze up, finding those grapefruit fingers, and then bringing them out in front of you. So as you inhale the fingertips forward, you're bending into that right knee. There's that stretch. Hold steady, reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. Breathe here. Hands come into prayer and then back in front of the heart. Energy in the ball of the left foot coming back to the top of the mat. Center the body. Give yourself a breath. Inhale, hands and gaze, rise, and then we'll exhale to find that forward fold. Walking the feet back, finding your down dog. See if from down dog you can lower onto forearms. If you can't, come down to table and then make your way to forearms. And then let your feet shimmy back. We're going to come into an elbow plank. So reach through the crown of the head as you lower the hips. Breathe. Give it one more breath. Lower the knees, press into the hands, sending the hips back. Child's pose, releasing the low back, releasing the back body. Last breath. Inhaling through your table and back into your down dog. All right, so we're gonna do each side and we're just gonna warm up the back of the legs just a little bit more, but we're gonna end up in that forward facing warrior one in just a moment. So here we go. Let's start on the left side. So take an inhale, lift that left leg. Lift it as high as feels good. And then take a moment to bend the knee, circle the ankle, point and flex the foot. Give it one more breath. Straighten the leg, take an inhale, and then bring knee to nose. Step that left foot forward. Shorten your stance just a bit so the toes can be pointing forward on the right foot. Take an inhale down low, and then exhale to rise. Inhale to lift the arms up over the head, and then exhale to bring the palms down in front of your heart. All right, so you're going to take this right foot, and you're going to come onto the ball of the right foot, and it's going to bend the right knee. Keep the toes all facing towards the top of the mat. Excuse me. Okay, so what you're going to do from here is you should start to feel just a little bit through that left leg, through that left quad. You're going to press your left foot into the mat, send the hips back just a bit. That's going to fire it up even more. Inhale, lift those arms up over the head. And then exhale, tilt forward just like you would in a chair. So you're reaching the crown of the head up. Everything fires up right here. Breathe 3 breaths. Bend that right knee. That left knee is behind the left ankle. 1 more breath. Inhale, rise up through the upper body. And then exhale to bring the palms down in front of the heart. Energy into the ball of the right foot with the left knee behind the left ankle. Top of the mat. Give yourself a breath. Inhale, arms and gaze rise. And exhale to find your forward fold. Step the feet back, down dog. And so notice the difference between the right leg and the left here. Give it 1 more breath. All right, it's the right leg's turn. So when you're ready, lift that right leg up towards the sky and then give it all the things, bending the knee, circling the ankle, pointing and flexing the foot. Coming to stillness, taking your inhale, and then exhale to step that right foot through. Maybe shorten the stance so that that left heel can come down to the mat. Take an inhale down low, and then exhale to rise up. Warrior 2 legs, toes towards the top of the mat. Inhale, arms and gaze rise. And then exhale to settle those palms in front of your heart for just a moment here. All right, so you're going to come onto the ball of the left foot, that left knee bends, and then energy into the right foot to press in and let that right knee come back behind the left heel. So everything's fired up. Inhale, lift the arms, and then put your upper body in that forward tilt that's just a little bit like you would, just like in your chair. Breathing here, 3 breaths. One more. Inhale to rise back up with the upper body, and then exhale, hands come down in front of the heart. Energy into the ball of that left foot. Here we go, top of the mat. Give yourself a breath. Nice and deep. Inhaling, lifting the arms and the gaze. And then exhale to find that forward fold. Stepping the feet back, finding down dog. Bending the knees, pressing into the balls of the feet. We're rippling back into that plank. See if you can come down to forearms. If you need to lower knees, you can. It's another forearm plank. Breathing here, 2 more breaths. See if you're clenching your teeth. Letting the knees come to the mat if they're not already there, sending the hips back. Coming into a child's pose, releasing through the back body. One more breath. Take an inhale, moving through your table back into your down dog. And take an inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky, and then bring knee to nose, step that left foot through. We're setting up for the same posture, so shortening that stance just a bit, toes towards the front of your mat, left knee bent. Inhaling here, and exhale to rise up. So we're going to do that same thing again, but we're going to add the grapefruit hands. So coming onto the ball of the right knee, or not knee, foot, sorry, and then bending that right knee. Inhale, lift the arms up over the head, find your grapefruit fingers, and then exhale to bring them out in front of you. Press into the left foot to send the hips back, the knee back behind the left ankle, and then do what we've done those last 2 rounds where you send the fingertips forward. Notice everything fire up even more deeply. Crown reaches towards the sky. So you feel like you could almost jump off with that right foot from here. I won't make you do that. One more breath. Bring the palms together in front of the heart, energy into the ball of the right foot, top of the mat, mountain, give yourself a breath. Inhale, arms and gaze, rise. And then exhale, find that forward fold. Stepping the feet back, down dog. And notice if you've started to get some tension in the back of your neck. Really let that head hang heavy here. All right, it's the right leg's turn. So let's take an inhale, lift that right leg. And then bring knee to nose, step it through. Shorten that stance on that left foot, left leg. Bending the right knee. Take your inhale, come up to stand. Coming onto the ball of the left foot, bending that left knee. Take an inhale, lift the arms up over the head, grapefruit fingers, and then exhale the hands out in front. So press into the right foot, sending that right knee back. There's a little fire. Let's make it a little deeper. So inhale, send the fingertips forward. Keep the crown of the head up towards the sky. The hips move back. Breathing here. Hands come together in prayer, back in front of the heart. Energy into the ball of the left foot. Let's come top of the mat. Mountain pose. Give yourself a breath. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Step it back. Find down dog. And give it one more breath. Inhale into your plank. And just hold this plank. Booty down, crown reaches away. Hold it one more breath. Knees can lower if you need to. Inhale here. And exhale to lower all the way down to your mat. You can keep those hands right under the shoulders. And then you're going to bend those knees and give yourself some back window windshield wipers. Just getting a little massage for the front of the legs, front of the quads. One more breath. Lowering the legs long down your mat, press into your palms, and lift yourself up into table. And once you get into the table, bring your knees to the outside edges of your mat. You're going to sit it back into your child's pose. Really let the belly come in between the legs. Breathing into the upper back body. Inhale, press into the hands to lift the upper body. We're walking those hands over to the right. Let's get into the side body a little bit. Fresh breath. And then exhale to lower back down, finding that goodness all the way down the left side. Inhale, lifting back up. Let's walk all the way through center, finding your edge over here with the hands to the left. So working through that right side, inhale, and then exhale to lower down. One more. Lift through the body, upper body, walking those hands back towards center, and then press into the knees and the shins. Let's reset that table. Curl toes, lift hips, find a down dog. Take an inhale, lift that left leg up towards the sky, and then bring knee to nose, step that left foot through. Bring the left hand inside of the left foot and start to spin so that you come to the long edge of your mat. Circle on the heel of the left foot and just give yourself a wide leg forward fold here. 3 breaths. And ninja lunging may feel nice, just bending from side to side, getting a little bit deeper into the inside of the legs. One more breath. Putting a slight bend in those knees, take an inhale. And then exhale, let's come into that wide mountain. Hands can be down next to the thighs. So come on, put your weight in the balls of both feet so that you can bring the heels in. Yep, we're setting up for goddess. So you can keep your hands relaxed right now. Go ahead and find your goddess legs. So remembering to keep the tailbone in, tucking it in just a little bit, finding that strength. Just focusing on the low body here, one more breath. Inhale, let the arms rise, legs straighten, spinning on the heels to come back towards the long edge of the mat. Exhale, find a forward fold. Bending the knees, taking an inhale, and exhale to rise back into that wide leg mountain. Weight into the heels of the feet to send the toes out to either side. You're going to sink back down into your goddess legs. And this time we're adding grapefruit fingers. So take an inhale, lifting the arms up, letting the fingertips find one another, and then exhale those hands out in front. Really feel strong through your lower body. Take an inhale, reach the fingertips forward. Hold it here, 3 breaths. Reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Palms come together, coming in front of the heart. Inhale. And exhale, straightening through the legs. You can shimmy those feet together, face back towards the top of your mat. Give yourself a breath. Inhale, lift the arms and the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and bend the knees. So it looks like almost like you're going to balance on your feet and then just let your knees come to the mat. Swing those feet around. We're going to come together with our legs stretched out long towards the top of the mat. Find that length through the spine. Fingertips on either side of the legs. Inhale, arms above the head. Finding those grapefruit fingers. I promise it's the last time. And then exhale, the hands down in front of your heart. Take an inhale. And then exhale, send the fingertips forward, hinging at the hips just a bit. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Breathe in, 3 more breaths. Palms come in front of the heart. Inhale back to your seated position. And then you can release the hands down by the hips. Now we'll recheck that forward fold. So here we go. Inhale, arms and gaze, rise. And then exhale, forward fold. Just remembering where you were at the beginning, seeing where you are now. 2 breaths. Walking those hands back towards your hips. Bend this right knee. Bottom of the right foot comes to the inside of the left thigh. Checking those hips to make sure they're square. We'll take an inhale. Let the arms rise once again. And then exhale to forward fold. Trying not to round the back, keeping the length through the spine. One more breath. Walking those hands back towards center. We'll change legs. So right leg extends long. Left foot comes in to the inner thigh. Checking that the hips are square. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Or last seated stretchy posture. After this, we'll slow it down and release just a little bit more. So last breath right here. Walk those hands up. Stretch this left leg long. Hands can come down to your mat on either side of your hips. Bend your knees and scoot your booty forward just a little bit so you can roll down onto your back and bring those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. And noticing if you have the knees closer to your chest, how that feels on your low back, as opposed to bringing the knees more in line with the hips. And what's there that you can massage out just a little bit as you rock side to side. All right, from here, we're going to move into happy baby. So let those knees fall out towards the side. Toes and feet go up towards the sky. Peace fingers around big toes. Just a little bit deeper into the hips. Releasing toes and letting the legs come back. The knees are going to stay bent, soles of the feet on the mat. Take an inhale, lift this right leg all the way up towards the sky, and then let it cross over your right leg, just like if you were sitting in a seat and you crossed your legs. Let your arms come into a T, take an inhale, and then let those legs fall over to your left. Make any changes that you need so that this can be restorative and opening. Scanning the body for any tension that you might be holding, using the breath to release that. It may feel good to turn your nose towards your right shoulder and release the upper body as well. Last 2 breaths. So from here, you're going to lift up just enough so you can bring that left foot in line with that left knee. Keep that right leg crossed over the left, and then bring that ankle where it's just sitting right on the top of that left knee, right above that left knee. Keep the arms out into your T. Take an inhale, and then exhale, bring that leg in towards the chest, just getting a little bit deeper here. You're deciding on how deep you want it to be. Left foot comes back to the mat. Right leg reaches up towards the sky. Press that heel up towards the sky. One last stretch for the back of the calf. And then we'll lower this right knee. Left leg rises up towards the ceiling and then crosses over. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, let the knees fall over to the right. Make any changes that you need to so this is soft. And if that nose wants to go over towards that left shoulder, go right ahead. Release any tension in that left leg. Just one more breath. Letting that right foot come back under that right knee so you can shimmy it there. And then let that left ankle come right on top of the right knee. Inhale. And then exhale, bringing that right knee up to the chest. Finding your edge here. One more breath. A right foot plants. Left leg up towards the sky, pressing that heel up towards the ceiling. And then bending this left knee, left sole of the foot comes to the mat. Give yourself some windshield wipers, side to side. And check in with your body. Tune in, see what else it's going to ask you for here. And then after a couple more rounds of those windshield wipers, let yourself move into whatever I didn't offer that your body is asking you for. And as you're ready, give yourself a nice big deep inhale, sighing it out through the mouth, and rest. As you're ready, you can slowly start to bring some awareness back into this space that we have created together. Start by just bringing the smallest of movements into your fingers and your toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Point and flex the feet. Reach your arms up over your head. Give yourself that full body stretch. And allow yourself to roll on to your favorite side. Taking just another moment to bring those knees up near your chest. And I'll meet you back in a comfortable seat whenever you're ready. We'll meet together with hands at the heart. So our quote for today is from Ovid. Happy is the human being who has broken the chains which hurt the mind and has given up worrying once and for all. May we worry less and spread love more. Gratitude for practicing with me today. Namaste.